Right. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom, O hidden life, shining in every creature, O hidden love, embracing all in oneness, may each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other.
Malti. And now we begin with our interreligious prayers. The Gayatri Mantra, please.
Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat.
Be on mute.
Om Bhur Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat.
Cancer survivor. Or maatladutadi.
Asato ma
Em bhasha maatladutadi.
satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityo ma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Malti. We now have the Christian prayer by Deepti.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not unto temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Deepti. We now have the Zoroastrian prayer by Freni.
Yes, ma. Shri Pak Dadar Aura Mazdani Madad Hojoji. What has happened? Can you
Please
hear
be
me?
on mute. All the others?
Can you hear ma?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Acha. Gorje Kore Abjiyad, Pak of Shune Shahe Faredun, Wapak Beram Yazet Panabat, Ham Jartush Ti Madadgar, Ham Papi Negedar, of Shune Shahe Faredun, Wapak Beram Yazet Panabat. Yatha Ahu Veryo, Yatha Ratush, Ashat Chit Hacha, Bange Ush, Dazdao Meningo, Shaute Nanam, Angyus Mazdai, Shatrem Chai, Ahurai, Aim, Drigobyo, Dadatavastarahem, Yatha Ahu Veryo, Yatha Ratush, Ashat Chit Hacha, Bange Ush, Dazdao Meningo, Shaute Nanam, Angyus Mazdai, Shatrem Chai, Ahurai, Aim, Drigobyo, Dadatavastarahem. Ashem Bahu, Vaistam Vasti, Usta Asti, Usta Ahmai, Yadeshai, Bahishtai Hashem. Sarosh Yazad Dipana Hojoji. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, Gulu, are you there? Gulu?
Doesn't seem to be there.
He had a problem, he called me, but has he joined or not?
No.
Okay,
no.
Muslim prayer.
There's Farida there. Could she do the Islamic prayer?
That's what the Islamic prayer. Would anyone like to do it?
Only my name is Islamic. I don't know any prayers. I don't do
No,
it.
no, Jasmine.
I'm so sorry.
Is Jasmine there?
No.
Okay, then we'll move on. Thank you everyone for the prayers. We now have our speaker, Uma, and I request Mr. Janaki Ram to kindly introduce Uma Pai.
Good evening. to all the participants and the speaker Uma Pai, who needs no introduction not only to this group of people, but even in Bangalore, or I can say outside as well. However, as it is customary to introduce the speaker, I have the pleasure in mentioning Uma Pai is the founder of Uma's Reality Hub. She is the winner of the Women of Future Awards, and she has also won many other awards and honors for being a breast cancer advocate and also for a tremendous contribution towards society in all spheres. She is a part of the global BCH Cancer Hub and Pink Hope Support Group, empowering patients and their families, in addition to working for the visually impaired people and helping them to become independent. She is a champion of disabilities and visually impaired TRG group. She is also a part of a lot of charitable and other welfare organizations who work in welfare wellness projects. We'll be surprised to know while pandemic has affected many spheres of activities, but Uma Pai has not let the pandemic stop her in continuing her activities. Sure, she is the right person to talk to us on life is greater than cancer. Over to Sajini.
It's over to you, Uma Pai.
Hi everyone, namaste to everybody. And I just thought I always every morning read. The book is called Each Day a New Beginning. I hope you don't mind if I read to that because it looks very apt for today. With each new day, I put away the past and discover the new beginnings I have been given. This is the Angela Wozniak. We can't recapture what is no more. And the minutes or hours we spend dwelling on what was or should have been only steal away from all that presently is. Today stands before us with promise. The opportunities for growth are guaranteed, as is all the spiritual help we need to handle any situation the day offers. If today offers us a challenge, we can be grateful. Our challenges are our gifts. They mean that we are ready to move ahead to new awareness, to a new sense of our womanhood. Challenges force us to think creatively. They force us to turn to others. They demand that we change. Without challenges, we would stagnate. Enjoying life little, offering life nothing. We each are making a special contribution, one that only we can make. Each time we confront a new situation with courage. Each time we dare to open a new door. What we need to do today is to close the door on yesterday. Then we can stand ready and willing to go forward. This day awaits my full presence. I'll be the recipient of its gift for today. Thank you very much. I hope that was okay. I read that every day in the morning before I start anything. Okay, now coming back to the subject of life is greater than cancer. What I found in my life is it was like in 2000 that I was struck by this big sea. Already I was a diabetic for about a year, and this suddenly shocked me really. But having said that, I had just come back from a lovely holiday with my first daughter in Dubai, Abu Dhabi and all that. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a shopping festival time also. So we roamed the world a lot, and we had the 4-wheel drive in the desert. And belly dancing and, all the food that they gave us and the camel ride and all that on the sands. So we came back, both of us, my daughter also having not come down for 3 years after she moved to Dubai and Abu Dhabi and work. So she also came back with me. So what happened is every morning I get up and walk. That was been my habit from many, many years, not because of cancer, not because of diabetes. That is the way we have been brought up in our good old Bangalore. We lived very close to Lal Bagh in my childhood days. So I was the 8th one in the family, the Karchipule. So I had 3 elder brothers. So all of us would just walk across to Lal Bagh. And then we had a lot of fun climbing trees, eating the fruit, whatever we want to do. And then that badam fruit was, I remember that very well. We'll pluck that and pound it with a stone. And while coming back home, it will be all over my face, all my lipstick and all that. And all my dress also will always be pink. So I think I was born like that to wear pink. And just now Sajini was asking me. So this is about the cancer thing. When you are undergoing chemo, you lose your hair. I think most of you are aware of that, right? Chemo really not only weakens your body and mind and spirit, plus we start losing the hair. So I said, what is there? I have a wig to wear, that's all. So I bought a pink wig and I wear it every time I feel a little bit low. Generally, I don't feel low. Very rarely I feel depressed or, but otherwise I thought it's a significant. That's what I wanted to tell Sajini when she asked what it is all about. So, and my dear friend Farida is also here, who is also a great victor. We both of us stand, really proud for having, I can never say we win over anything, because you never know this disease. It does come back sometimes even after 23 years, 24 years also. So we don't know. But for the time being, both of us are fit. We are running our own lives, and I live alone. Farida is happy to live with her son, daughter-in-law, and she will also share a little bit of her initial stages, what happened when cancer struck her and how we handled it, So what I generally do is, as soon as I get up, I don't even get out of the bed, don't even come out of the room, because then the daily chore samsara takes on. So what I do is, before I get out of the room, I do my Reiki practice, my chakra practice, and my positive affirmations. That slide will come now. Swati will put it for you, the positive affirmation, what we do every morning. And next best thing is to thank God for all the blessings, and thank God for the lovely morning. Every morning it's so new, the birds are chirping there, the flowers are blooming, and we have at this time in Bangalore, a lot of fruits available from different parts of the world also, online, even in our departmental store. So we have to thank God that I'm alive, that I woke up this morning healthy in mind, healthy in spirit. So, and then I do my 5 asanas we are supposed to do. Pranayama. Yeah. The breast cancer after the mastectomy, they Vivekananda Kendra. All of you have heard about it. World. So, it's a lovely experience. They took us after the surgery, after we recovered a little bit at home, 5 days, then they took us there. That is where it was not the regular effect, I think has going also. So now the thing is, now after that only I come out, and then I have my hot water as usual, which is needed for constitution. And then I have another thing I have discovered now, since I started like what is called reverse diabetes, because I told you I'm a 23-year-old diabetic also. After 1 year only, the big C struck me. So I found that black filter coffee is really helps you a lot. It makes your energy so very positive. You're full of life when you have just the black strong coffee, filter coffee, what we all are used to in South. It's all filter coffee. So that also I have. And then I have to have my cinnamon and pepper, right? And having gone vegan during COVID time, I had to do something new, no? So I went on vegan diet also. But having heard my history, they were very sweet and they told me, no, we call you a pescatarian. So that means I was very happy that I'm allowed fish and I'm allowed one boiled egg. But I gave up dairy products. So I take SOFIT, the plant protein soya milk as a substitute. And it just really, really helped me. Whoever want to do it now, please do it. Only then you will feel the difference, So for me, it was like early detection. As I was telling you, when I came back from Dubai, I used to observe that when I walk and then come back home, I used to have a lot of cough, hoarse cough. And there was a little bit of sputum, not much of sputum, but a little bit of sputum. My daughter who was with me, she said, Amma, why are you coughing nowadays so much? You never used to cough earlier, in the morning. So then I thought, no, because I was working so much with 3 children, so I was a single mother from a very long time. So I thought maybe I should take care of my body. So I went to my gynec in Koramangala only. So as usual, she prescribed me some course of antibiotics, and I took it, and then also off in go. So then I was really a little bit bothered because I lost my weight also. That is what my friends told me. So I went back to Dr. Sugana again. I said, no, doctor, I think something else is happening. So you please do. So she did the physical examination. She took the X-ray, but X-ray didn't show anything. So then she did the physical examination. She must have felt a small little lump, I think, in my right breast. I really thank God that I went to her, because she immediately said, no, now you go to Dr. Gopinath, who was then a very, very famous onco surgeon whom we know also as a family friend. So off I went to Bio without losing any time. So there, then when they x-rayed me again and the X-ray machine, they immediately called me to the doc room and they said, no, you got the stellate appearance of the cells. This is the way the cells appear when you have the cancer cells in your body, like a star, stellate. So they said, now what do you want to do? Already my elder sister had an incidence of stomach cancer earlier. So they said, we cannot take a chance, you have to do something about it. So they spoke to me about reconstructive surgery, lumpectomy, 20 to 23 years, so much as it is done today. As you all know, every day there is a research going on in all these fields. So every day it's a new day of learning. So they spoke to me and what we wanted there, because I've got kids and I'm full working in the media, and Kiram introduced in 1985. My hands were full, and I started on medical shop called Arogya Medicals also, because there was no medical shop in Koramangala at that time, because we moved long back, which became Anarogya. I have to shut it, of course, because I didn't spend time because of real estate boom. There also started a florist shop, which was not there again in Koramangala. So I have done, I've worn various hats. Now finally I'm wearing this hat. So that also went on. And then I told Dr. Gopinath, no, just throw it out of my body. He says, no, we have to do a biopsy. We can't just do a surgery immediately because you're saying that. I said, okay, do what you want to do. No, don't waste any time. So on 30th, I went to Bio for my tests and biopsy and all that. The results came and it was positive. But doctor said, yes, it is in the early stages. Good that you came. So that is what I wanted to tell you. Always early detection of anything. It may not be breast cancer. It may be anything. There is a faster cure for it. Actually, doctors are also human beings, right? If you neglect your body and go in the 3rd stage, 4th stage, what can they do? They try their best. It's not that they don't. But always, we as advocates of breast cancer who are creating awareness around the world, and also more so in India, especially when Dr. Lopa comes to Bangalore and India, we do a lot of outreach projects. I go with her to Kidwai with outreach van, and I go with St. John's where they go for outreach projects. So like this, we have really spread awareness about breast cancer now. A lot of ladies are aware of that. They should start examining their breasts, the little ones, the younger ones. From age of 12 is what we recommend, at least from 14, puberty stage. You should know your body. That is what it is all about. You should be comfortable with your own body. You should be able to detect if there is any difference, if there is any small lump anywhere, or even under the armpits, because they also get affected, right? So nodes, what we call in the medical language, nodes also get affected. So before that, we have to do the self-examination. Please, if you have daughters, whether grown up or young or old or in 40s especially, or after menopause, please start doing the self-breast examination. We have special cards also for that. I will post it in the group also later. So now after all this, what happened after reverse diabetes and the vegan trial, I became a pescatarian and egalitarian, of course. So now what I do is in the morning, gardening. That's again a big stress buster. Just going into the garden, be with the greenery, just say, save that wow in life. Oh, there is a new leaf, there is a new flower, there is a new fruit, and all the birds coming to the bird bath and chirping away. And the green that is in Bangalore now after the rains, forever, of course, Bangalore is blessed, a Mediterranean weather most of the year. So that is what I enjoy in the morning. Stroll around in the garden, pluck some flowers, from my tree and come. So that is also another great stress buster. Farida, hi Farida, would you like to add something, Baba?
Yes, Uma, you can finish your talk and then I will continue.
Oh, okay. I thought about the detection. Okay, not an issue. Thank you, Farida. Thank you. Okay, now the gardening as I do, then I have interested in a lot of RWA work also. Like I interact with the Paurakarmika, the ladies who come in the morning, when I walk, they're there on the street, and we have organized that they do get good nutritious food every morning. Earlier, it used to be from Akshay Patra, then the Indira canteen started. Then since I work with Subodhananda Ashram, you may be aware of it, right here in Kormangala, Swami Subodhananda, Prasanna Trust. So we are sending from there about 15,000 meals every day, because we all are donors towards the project of Annadana. And Swamiji is called like a management guru. He's not really, he really vibes very well with all the youngsters. Even my children like, my son especially, he likes to listen to his talks. Sadhguru talks and, all these talks in the morning, it really gives you such a positive feeling, that, okay, there is somebody who is there to guide you in the highway, not in the byway, but then in the highway. So then, according to me, I do that in the morning ritual. I say hi to all the Paurakamrikas. They all come and tell me, okay, today I'm this ma, I'm that ma, this is not there, that is not there. So I said, okay, but I enjoy my 45 minutes of walk. And that's what I do every morning. And then coming back again, of course, as usual, but sometimes I go with this, you have seen me here, this badge, which is called Trees for Free. It used to be earlier. Now we call it Reforest India. During the COVID years, my dear friend Janet and myself, who started this Trees for Free and now the Reforest India, we planted almost 2 lakh trees around Bangalore. That means we go to Chikbalapur, Dodbalapur, Kolar, wherever the planting is needed, wherever they ask us to go and plant, we first go and see whether it is okay. And I'm very happy to inform you, Kolar, we are going there on Monday. And the avocado tree which we had planted there, it bore 500 fruits this time, 500. And what a pleasure it is, to know that whatever effort you spent in driving all the way 150 kilometers and planting those fruiting trees. We do generally nowadays plant a lot of fruiting trees because we want to attract the birds. As all of you know, this project, right, like the sparrows, because the small little sparrows whom we knew when we were young at Lal Bagh and anywhere else outside, they vanished because a lot of pollution also is there. So that is why it is, we plant nowadays a lot of fruiting trees to the farmers. And during COVID time, we gave them a lot of masks and sanitizers. Of course, blessings that they are there in the rural villages. They've not even heard of COVID. In fact, when I wear a mask and so they used to wonder, why are you wearing mask? Gee, they will ask me, what is wrong? You're not well, that type of thing. So I think bless them, let them be like that, But then this is other work which I really participate a great deal in. And I'm in the traffic committee, I'm in the RWA committee, third block, and a lot of activities go on. Now, our Dr. Vishal Rao, you must have heard of him. He's a head and neck surgeon in HCG, and he's also a in India and abroad also. So he dragged me in to be a member of the is more than the boys and the men. The ladies have started smoking. So now we are trying to create awareness. We got about more than 200 creatives from teenagers from different colleges and schools spread all over
participants.
So, that was so creative, so very eye-opening. So we posted it all over Bangalore, all over Greater Karnataka, everywhere we have posted it. And we have now submitted to COPTA also that somehow or the other, we have to bring a ban from the government side, because whatever we do is not been very effective. Still the corner kirana stores are there. The children do not know how their cancer is increasing in India, how diabetes is increasing in India. It's all because of passive smoking. So we need to bring this awareness now to our younger generation. Because what are we giving our new generations coming? There is air pollution, water problem is there, and the climate change is like terrible nowadays all around the world. And what is about their food also? It is really not much of nutritious food what you and me ate at our younger days, right? Because everything is polluted. Everything they go for organic, pay more. But we don't even know whether it is really organic or not. So what I do is I try to grow a lot of greens. Whatever I take, I make the green smoothie at home. Every month I make a green smoothie. You take all the green products, whatever you can. Methi, Karela, pudina and kadi patta, pan leaf, stevia, because I am a diabetes, so I grow stevia also. So all the green substances put together and add ginger, add 1 or 2 this thing if you want to. That is, of course, not of us can't stand the smell of garlic, but a couple of garlic and a lot of haldi, pepper, and cinnamon. Just blend it in your mixer, put it in a box, keep it in your fridge. You don't know how immunity building that green smoothie that I have in the morning after I come back from walking is. It's really, I think it's a real blessing that we have all these, home remedies, what we call the home remedies. So I think slowly, we all have to start doing all this. And as I was telling you that, yeah, I'm into a lot of RWA work when Swati will show the pictures.
Am I audible, ma'am? Can I
Okay.
focus?
I think the family. Oh, okay.
Pranay, please mute yourself.
Okay, I think I'll continue. Don't worry. It's okay. Some of them don't even know how to mute themselves, I think so.
I'm muting them, but
everyone.
yes, I'm muting
I
everyone.
think
But
Swati will have to do it.
ma'am, I'll do Uma Pai, ma'am. Like, you have to unmute yourself. I'm just going
Okay.
randomly to mute everyone.
Okay, not an issue.
Yes, ma'am. Uma ma'am, you can unmute and you
Okay,
can.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is what I did to boo to cancer, and boo to diabetes. That is, I also have to tell you, am I doing this reverse diabetes? I was taking 20 insulin, 20 points, okay, before I started all this reverse diabetes. And it is not a fad, it's not a fad. I'm able to successfully reduce my 20 points to 6. I've been taking 3 in the morning, 3 in the night before food, the morning also before breakfast. And I've been recording my HB1AC, which we do every 3 months. Once in 3 months, we're supposed to do the test, random test. And thank God, when I shared it with my diabetologist in Chennai, because we all go to Chennai, who is, diabetologist from 2 generations, AR Ramchandran's family has established this beautiful nursing home, which is almost like a 5-star. Even my children love coming there with me overnight. So 24 hours, I go there and she fine tunes everything from top to bottom in my body and sends me back. So now since I have gone from COVID years, I sent her my report and she's very happy. She said, yes, if you brought down the insulin from 20 to 6, I think you go ahead, you're doing good. So I feel good about it, right? I feel happy for myself that I've been able to do it. And I know that my energy is improved. My energy is really improved. And I'm not the one to go in for depression. Yeah, very rarely I do. Not that I don't. After all, I'm also a human being, right? I do go in for depression, but not for long. I try to laugh it off. I said, okay, like how I was telling Sajni from the almost past 4-5 months, I don't have a maid in honor. It's okay. Now I like, mop, chick dance and sweeping and swabbing and washing and, cooking and all that. So that is how you have to take life as it comes. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new challenge, right? So, but we have to face it. My USP is that all of us get challenges in life, but we cannot run away from that, right? We have to face the challenge and say that, okay, I'm going to, take the bull by its horn and fight. Yeah, that's why Vaswati wanted to put on fighting thing. I told her, no, don't put that, because and the other thing is, I'm sorry, in the poster it says survivor. We don't call ourselves survivor. We are winners. We are fighters. Yeah, we are thrivers. That is what we are known now today. Because you know that after you've heard me all this, you know that we do fight, but we do fight against cancer, against diabetes. And most of the time, if you want to change yourself, you are successful. It's all up to us how we want to treat our body. God gave us a beautiful body, right? He didn't give diseases. Very rarely it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but mostly God always gives us a strong body. And what have we done about it? So we have to take care of our own body. We have to be ready to go consult, whether it is a physician or a gynec or a pediatrician or a psychologist or a counselor. Just go, don't delay, because nowadays that is what we observe, because it is like very often the doctors also say, share with me when I'm in the group. I'm also in HCG ethics committee group, where we really share a lot of research papers and all that. Before it is passed, ethics committee has to say, yes, it can go, the experimentation. So the thing is now, please, earlier detection for any disease. I'm not talking about cancer, I'm not talking about diabetes, anything, any change that you observe in your body, you know your body better, right? So you need to go. And there are a lot of help available nowadays. A lot of them are available. You know that, yes, you don't have to go to some very high funda among our contact sphere itself. We have everybody available who is ready to help you. But we have to move first, right? To see that you need help. So that is what I wanted to tell all of you. And this positive attitude, in the mind, that helps a lot. That positive affirmation has really helped. And I'm very thankful for my family, for my children who stood by me all these years, whatever I've gone through, and I've bless them. I love them. I want them to be happy also. Okay, now they all have grown up, right? So I have to also, like what we say on our program, it is detachment. We have to detach. They have to fly away, right? You have brought them up. Now they're grown. Their wings are grown. So now they can't stay in a small nest. So they need to fly away. They need to fly away. At the same time, it is called tough love. I was very fortunate. In fact, I count my blessing again for having had a bad marriage I should say, like a progressive alcoholic, and which I didn't know when I got married. But I think I learned a lot. But I thank God that I got exposed to the beautiful universal program of Alcohol Anonymous, and I became an active member of Al-Anon for ladies and for teenage group and all that. That 12 steps is universal. That is where I learned acceptance. Otherwise, I was the last, Karchipulle in the family. I'd always fight for everything, every small thing. I'm a big fighter, always. But that has also stood me in good stead, right? To fight against this big C and the diabetes and fight for life. I had to fight because having entered a man's domain of real estate, that too back in 1985, it was not a joke. It was not a joke because everybody used to raise their eyebrows. What is this lady doing here? No, she's got 3 kids. She's never at home. She roams with everybody. She goes in the scooter. She goes in auto. She walks in the, goes in the buses, goes in big cars. They didn't know what I was doing. Once they came to know, because fortunately, again, New York Times, Economic Times, Financial Herald, they all interviewed me, and all my interviews were appeared in print. So that was another big blessing, Then later on, I got all my friend circle to be my links in different parts of Bangalore. So all we ladies flocked together and we worked together. We had a lot of fun because we all traveled a lot. We traveled around the world. As you can see on my Godrej now, the amount of traveling that I have done almost around the world. So I think, all these things have helped me to be very positive in life. There is always a better tomorrow than today, but it is up to us to see that today is good and tomorrow has to be better, right? We have to make it better, no? I can't have a bad tomorrow, right? So, and it is all my family also has to be, my friends also has to be doing all the ikigai in my life. I got a lot of ikigais in my life, which I'm so happy that I'm able to fulfill again. I'm stressing with the help of my doctors, with the help of my friends, of course, with the help of my family. They also sort of do a lot of their NGO activities now because I'm there with them. They know that I love doing it. And I thank my family, my kids for always supporting me in all these activities. I mean, it's all on God's blessing is what I feel that it's all a big blessing. And having coming almost to the end of my talk, now the thing is now I'm also very fond of not only travel, dramatics also, theater, not dramatics in life, but theater. I've been in Bangalore Little Theater, before that in Ravi Artist. I was, I think, 4 or 5 when I first appeared on stage in Tumkur, because my father was a principal of the local first grade college there. And then in Tumkur also, he was in the college. So I was president of Makkala Kuta. I don't know whether you heard of it in those days. I'm talking about 60, 70 years ago. My head wouldn't even come up above the table, and they made me the president of Makkala Kuta. It was a children gathering, but we had a lot of fun. We learned a lot of things. We did a lot of things together, singing, dancing. Of course, there was no whining at that time, oh Lord, it was all came later on in my life. But how much of activities we did, from that age. So I was involved in a lot of theater activities from the beginning, and then the literary and cultural committee. Now I'm a member in our Kormangala Club. There also, from the beginning, my family was exposed to a lot of very good authors. I'm talking about, like Anna Krishna Rao, D.V. Gundappa, G.P. Rajaratnam, Parvatvani, V.K. Gokak, you name it. C.N. Mangla, her father, everybody used to come home. So every month, like how we have the Satsang now, we used to have what is called as Sahrudaya Goshti. The hearts, all the hearts were just, it was a melting pot of literary luminaries of Karnataka. And that is how I think I got a little bit rubbed out on me from my childhood days to be in the literary and cultural committee. I'm happy that Kormangala Club, being a long-time member, took me to be in their committee, and we are doing very good programs also. Sometimes I also invite Sajini, since she is new to Kormangala. She does come with me sometimes. So, and of course, music has always been with us, you know, all the Bangaloreans, especially South Indians. It was a must in our younger days. You have to learn Bharatnatyam little bit, at least you should know Tatai, Takatai, do the heads and all that. So at that time, it was Lalita Dorai was very famous for Bharatnatyam. Me and my younger friend, Maithili, we used to go there and learn. And Sita Lakshmi Venkateshan was one of the foremost gurus of South Indian classical music. And it was my luck, we were neighbors. So I learned classical music also, Carnatic music also from her. All in all, what I'm saying is, I mean, I have so much to be thankful for life, you know, so much to be thankful for life. And I think it's only God's blessing and all your blessings also, my dear friends, my dear family, my dear doctors. I don't know how to thank my doctors who really have given me a second lease of life. And they are supportive, they're supporting. In fact, so much so that on the last couple of years ago, when we had the Women's Day, my own hospital, oncology hospital, you must have heard of it, Bangalore Institute of Oncology, Dr. Gopinath, who is a very senior oncosurgeon in Bangalore, well-known oncosurgeon. They called me to bio and honored me, you know, I mean, with the shawl and the flowers and fruit and everything. I mean, it was so overwhelming for me, you know, to have had the recognition from my own surgeon, from my own onco specialist, to that they single me out, you know. Even now today also, they say, oh, Uma, look at that, you're already 22, 23-year-old. So I think that is what I love about my doctor, and I call him my chubby teddy bear. He knows about it, and so that is what it's all the fun part of it. And of course, I've got awesome Rakhi buys also. So now that the Rakhi just passed by last week, I thought I will mention about it. One is again my Rakhi buy, who is a brigade commandant at Kargil. He was at Manisa. In fact, my son is there in Leh Ladakh now, enjoying the holiday. So what an awesome holiday he gave us, you know. And I love the defense buys because they treat the ladies like flowers. Really, I'm not joking about it. I mean, it gives us such a thrill to see a man getting up, getting out of the car, holding the door open for you. See if you need to help to get out. You know, that is something which is very, very touching, you know. And he would not allow me to go alone for a walk in Kargil. I didn't know. I was thinking, what? This Jawan is always following wherever I go. You know? I was telling you, why are you doing that? I'm not such an important VVIP, you know, in Kargil. He says, no, you cannot go walk alone. You're a lady, and it is my duty to see that you come to no harm because you are my guest of honor. I mean, that really brought tears to my eyes, you know. That type of love and affection, I really bless and thank all my Rakhi Bhais who have been my great friends, traveling friends also, spiritually, mentally. And whenever I'm down, every time if I call them, they're such a support, you know, because I always tell them, I know you gave up your today for our tomorrows. You know, when I went to Kargil, we were there and Kargil Divas. Oh, you should have seen the fervor of that day to believe it, you know. And when we reached Kardungla, the highest motorable point also, I cannot thank my Rakhi Bhai enough. I always wish them all the very best, you know. And my other Rakhi Bhai is my sweetheart, Vivaka Bhushan. I relocated him about 22, 23 years ago, or maybe more than that, I don't know. He was a managing director for Oracle. You know, what a lovely family. When I went to Switzerland, I stayed with them because they were based in Switzerland at that time, and I relocated them. When I went to London, I stayed with them. So even till today, I still go and tie the Rakhi for him. And his wife, Seema, is another lovely, lovely, great friend of mine. So with all this friendship around me, can I not thank God? I should thank God, right, for all that life has offered it to me. It just came on a platter, I think. And only thing is, you have to have an open mind to receive the blessings also, to be happy about it, to thank God for a lovely morning, to thank God for a lovely day, to thank God for the lovely children, to thank God for the lovely friends, lovely nature, and our India, our Mahan Bharat, whatever it is, we all are proud Indians, right? Did you see the fervor what happened on Sunday 5th? Even in our club, we had awesome evening. We honored, the winners in the different wars, the war veterans, what we call at Kormangla Club, and with an awesome musical evening. These are the small things life which brings a lot of pleasure. And of course, I enjoy nowadays only physically the housey programs, because I'm supposed to be in the committee, right? Being a lady in the committee. So I do go there, I enjoy, but my maths is very bad. If that guy is calling 5, I would have cut 10, or I would have missed 5 numbers, because I don't know, how to play all these things in life. So these are various things which has really get me going, So now I think nothing else really. I still take my medication, as I told you, because 10 years I took. Nowadays, of course, it's all changed a lot. And the whole procedure has changed, the whole medication system has changed, the chemo medicines have changed. So back then it was easy. Somehow I felt that it was easy, that I just, went through that with the help of everybody. As I was telling you again and again, I cannot thank enough whoever stood by me, I mean, I'm forever grateful for them. And I'm, of course, grateful for my higher power, what we call in the program, which is a higher power, which has given me the strength to fight for survival and hope for tomorrow, and courage and faith and love for everybody, strength. I think that is what kept me going now. This is what it meant. This, as you all know, this is the symbol of breast cancer survivor, the pink ribbon. Yeah. But then, having said that, since I go to a lot of hospitals, I always say I love everybody, because a lot of them are all different cancers, right? So I love all cancers. How can it be different? It's not different. We are sailing in the same boat in different waters, right? So I like all of them, whenever it is possible, I try to help them out in whatever little way I can. Every time any help needed, I am there for them. So in whatever small way I can't do big things, but I can only be there with them physically. We do what we call as the bedside caretaking, bedside counseling. And I visit the cancer hospitals, I visit the parents, and because they're very important. Another important aspect of cancer is the caregivers. See, not much of importance is given to caregivers because they're the ones who really support you at home. And anytime you have to go to the hospital, they're there with you, and they're with you 24 hours of the day and night. So the caregivers play a very important part in our lives, especially when you're undergoing chemo, radiation. Yeah, I also had radiation, 45 days of radiation, but I went back to my workstation soon after. From St. John's, I will go. Oh, thank God they opened the Curie Institute just at the time when I had to have my radiation. So, which was very, very fortunate for me, since it was very close to my office. So I will go for radiation, go back to workstation. I used to always make fun, And another interesting I think was, my doctors were quite shocked and surprised. Because when I had a full mastectomy is a full removal of breast, which is sort of affected, my right breast. And they removed the nodes also, of course. So the full bandage around. My friends had come from Chicago, and every year they came. I used to travel with them, different parts of India. So then also, not knowing that this is striking me, We had already booked for Central India tour. Okay. It was like about, I went through the surgery, then went to Vivekananda, came back home, then she came. So she was there with the children. She said, what do you want to do? Do you want to cancel? I said, no, what, 40,000 I spent on the tickets and all that, and we booked everything awesome, Central India tour. Why should I cancel? I'm not going to cancel because my treatment is now, 21 days, I get a reprieve. I don't have to go to the hospital. I don't want to do anything. I'm left on my own, fending for myself. So I asked my surgeon doctor, of course, Dr. Gopinath, doctor, I have to travel. He said, where are you traveling now, Uma? I said, no, but we have booked for Central India trip. I have to go. He said, what? With a bandage around your chest, you want to go? How will you go to take care of yourself? I said, don't worry, it's there. My friends are there, the children are there, but we have booked. I'm not going to cancel. So that's one thing which I need to share with you, how I just took courage in both my hands and left my kids here back in Bangalore, and off I went for the Central India trip, which I really enjoyed. I came back and I was ready for my radiation. And that is how the story goes. So now I think the time is up, no, Swati? Swati?
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
we
It
don't-
was really, it was very interesting. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Thank
We'll open
you.
it up for
My pleasure.
questions, Uma.
Yes, and I thought my friend Farida, since she is here, can she talk for 2 minutes or
Yes,
share?
yes. Farida, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank
Say
you.
what you have
Hi.
to.
Yeah, nothing much to say. I will make it very short. So I would say my experience is completely different from Uma. Mine was late dictation. I was in third stage when I was dictated. And I never had any previous experience with any major illness. So I think I have survived now for 26 years. This is my 27th year of survival, or whatever you call thriving or fighting or whatever it is. My lifestyle was very strict before cancer. Like I used to be very regular with my yoga and exercise, diet, most of the things. But after cancer, I have lived very freely. So it is very embarrassing to talk after Uma, because I really thought, okay, let me be happy. Maybe I have a very little time to live. I had two children who were very young. My daughter was only 11 months with special needs, and my son was around 4 years. So these were the two young children. And I thought, okay, let me be a good parent and let me enjoy life and everything, because I may have only little life to live. I never knew it would be long, like 26 years or so. So I started enjoying, and that became a habit. So being happy became a habit. So that's what I would say, because third stage and not a very high fight treatment or something, because I had a lot of problems going on in our life when I went through cancer. My dad had just recovered. My sister was in the last stages of cancer, which she passed away when I was going through with chemo. And I was financially also in a very big, what should I say? I had financial challenges also. I had quit my education while I got married, because there were the thing was like, okay, if you are getting married, you cannot study. But I should say cancer was the biggest blessing for me, because I realized that finally it is up to you to live your life. It is up to you to fight your fight, and it is up to you to take care of yourself. People who tell you to do this, do that, or stay in home, don't work, women should do this, women should take care of the home and things like that, are not going to come and help you out with when you are going through tough times. So without cancer, maybe if I am very glad it happened to me when I was 29, when I had time to really do something with myself, and it didn't happen very late. So what many people looked at as a negative thing, like cancer happening when you are breastfeeding your child or when you are young, I think it was a blessing, because I had time to do something with myself. I got back to studies. I did my graduation. I did my post-graduation. I took up job. Now I'm working as a senior curriculum developer. I run my own preschool. And like Uma, I'm also part of Pink Hope Support. where I go and do a little bit of counseling to those who are fighting cancer. So I think all type of people, sometimes it's like a crapshoot, or we don't know. All type of people may survive cancer, and some may not be lucky enough. So when I hear Uma's story, she has been doing everything so right, eating greens, and I'm like, yeah, feeling so embarrassed. I don't do anything of that kind. I try to be happy
Oh.
most of the time.
Of course you do. You are doing a lot, Farida, for yourself also. So don't forget that.
Yeah.
And
I
why don't
actually-
you put on the video?
Pardon me?
Why are you not put on the video?
Yeah, nothing like that. I'll just switch it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I can see you.
Yeah.
How is Farina? You didn't talk about Farina, my dear Farina.
Yeah, Farina is my special daughter. She's with
Yes.
special needs. She goes to occasion center. She works, and I have a very beautiful daughter-in-law and son. So I should say the more the challenges were, even like Uma, I also didn't have much support from the husband, and I'm grateful for that, because that gave me more strength to fight. Because if you
Yeah.
trust your spouse, like he will take care of the children if you're not around, maybe I wouldn't have fought so hard. Having a bad spouse
Yes, yes.
always helps, because you try
Yeah.
to do something, you don't want to leave your children and go away. And also I think I'm very grateful to him that he didn't support me during my cancer years, and coming out of housewife, that kind of a thing, no, where you were sitting at home and cooking all the time and doing the household chores, and then you have to just start earning when you're going through cancer. I think I'm grateful to him for putting me there, because that gave me a lot of confidence. Now nothing is going to scare me. I think I can come out of anything. If I can come out of that without hair on my head, I did selling of soft toys and everything, and I could come out, then I can come out of anything. So sometimes I think bad people do good things to us. I don't know, bad people or the negative people in our life, the toxic people, sometimes they do good for us. That is what I feel. That's my story in short.
You're running a lovely school also with little one. That itself gives such a joy.
Yeah.
And Farida is also an excellent blog writer. Wow, you should read her blogs. She is really excellent in writing her blogs. Always I love reading her blogs. So she has multifaceted personality. So she's very, very humble, and she says, no, I'm not, but I know her.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Like me, she also wears a lot of hats. All of us have to wear a lot of hats.
No, what I think, cancer has been like just a snap for me. I went through it, I came out of it. But the biggest challenge is bringing up a special child, especially a girl with dignity in our society. That I think is the real challenge for me. That was the real challenge, because our society is not ready for special children. They don't understand the goodness of them. They don't see the positive side of a special needs child. Because being with her, I have learned a lot. The life lessons which she has taught me has been really amazing. And the life changing what I heard in my life was when my daughter started saying, you people and we people. Like you people are the regular people and we people are the special people. That was the biggest change in my life. That was the biggest thing which affected me. So I run a preschool where I want to bring in special children and regular children together. It is an inclusive preschool, because I think after 6, which the government norm is there, to put children together in inclusive education after 6, that doesn't work. By then the children have already learned we are different. We should start at the younger age, at the 2. So that is the goal of my life, to make it more inclusive society. I think challenge has not been cancer for me. It was very easy. I went to the doctor, got operated, removed the breast, took chemo, out of it. But special needs, it's not like that. You face it every day, everything, everywhere you go. There, the challenge is there. So for me, cancer has been a very tiny thing in my life compared to special needs. That is what I would say.
Thank you, Farida, for the share. And even Meera Kamat Akka is also there. She is another big fighter cock. She's a eldest member, as she proudly says about Ashwas and Meera Kamat. She doesn't want to talk, she says. At least she's come online. I'm very happy about that. She was able to. She is, Farida, much, much elder to us, senior to us in the big C. And she lives alone in an independent house, manages her own garden, lovely garden she has got, cooks, cleans the house, knits also caps for me for my, onco projects. I told you September is the oncopediatric project. So she's already knitted and given me some, and she's waiting for me to send her more wool. So she told me today, send me some more wool. I finished everything. I'll knit again. So that is the spirited Miraka for you, she's right there, but she doesn't want to talk. She's very shy, I think. So she doesn't want to talk. And she's also an elderly person. And she says, I'm not used to all this, technology. Now, I told her not that we are used to. Again, thanks to COVID. No, Farida, all of us became tech savvy.
I have been into tech from a long time.
Zoom or go to meeting or WebEx or whatever you have, you would never have done that. You would have never have gone to the school happily for the weekend or for the year-end retreat, or go to HCG hospital or go to the temple. Anyway, I still go to the temple nowadays. But what I'm saying is this COVID also, this what has brought the family together. We are more aware of each other. We are more aware of the community. And we are all more aware of the health protocols, which we already had anyway, since all of us lived with great-grandmothers, grandmothers and all. We already had the health protocols. I couldn't enter the house from school. I had to change my dress. I had to put away my clothes. I had to remove a chapel outside the door, go first, wash, change. Those protocols were already there. And it is good that COVID again, we are relearning what we had forgotten maybe, but a lot of our South Indian houses, we still follow all that. And I'm happy that COVID has really brought in a lot of positivity, because I myself, I did a fresh refresher course of yoga, and we did hospital management from Pittsburgh University. Bhumika and myself did hospital management, and we also did special yoga, teachers training, these things, and COVID management, we did Span India. Our guide runner girls, we did COVID management Pan India. And again, thanks to our dear group captain Gupu, sitting there in Kashmir, in the front area, he managed it so well. Anything, we'll just ask Gupu, what do? We don't have this medicine, we don't have remdesivir, we don't have oxygen. What do we do? Immediately, he will contact all over India, with the defense contact. You say, don't worry, ma'am, we are sending it now. So that was the support, which COVID brought. I have not even seen him yet. I only know him online. That's it, because we had this COVID management group. And other awesome group where I'm again a member is the acid victim survivors. No, Farida? That I think is much more traumatic than you and me put together, all the subjects put together. I think it really, Ati Jeevan it is called, the NGO, which she herself is a survivor, as you know, an attacker, not a survivor. She herself not attacked. And she has opened Ati Jeevan, which supports the acid victims. It's an NGO for acid victims. Basically, it is ladies who suffer that. We all know that for whatever their own reasons. So, these are some of the things which are such an eye-opener. It's really an eye-opener. Then you start thinking, mine is nothing. What is there? What am I complaining about, right? And there are deaf and dumb, and I go with them, and the blind, where I go. And we are so happy. God has given us everything. Look at the child. Look at that man. Look at that girl. She can't even enjoy nature. She can't even see where she is going. She needs support, So that is when counting the blessing comes in, comes in from within. Yeah. And I was telling Swati to show some slides if it is time is there. Sajini?
Yes, we can see the slides. Swati?
And I just end with a small little story, which I always like to end with.
Are the slides ready?
Yeah. Yeah, I sent it to her. So I just wanted to read this out, which I like a lot. There were three friends, Dhan, Gyan, and Vishwas. They loved each other dearly. They lived together. Once God called them and said, for the betterment of the society, you three will have to live separately. They didn't want to go away from each other. These are my lovely friends from 65 years. We cut the cake and we met them 65 years ago. Talking about friends. Thank you, Swati, for putting it up. We cut the cake. This is when I spoke about the visually impaired. Mr. Gautam Kumar, he heads the department at our government. He himself is totally visually impaired. And this is the great book which our dear friend Yasmin said. You must have heard of, our Seth family now. They're big entertainers. Yeah, Kabra Seth and Danish Seth. They're Mamaja. She calls herself Mamaja. So she somehow or the other dragged me into that, and she brought out a book about 9 of us, including herself. She says, inspiring ladies. So I hope all of you get a chance to read it and see how inspiring each lives are. Thank you, Swati, for that. And this is the last week when our great doctor from BCH support group, what I spoke, she's there, Dr. Lopamudra Roy. Yeah, she's an awesome youngster. She comes every year to India to do all the outreach projects. And then she, of course, I take her to Kidwai, I take her to St. John's, I take her to Astor, I take her to Bio. So this is the get-together that we had. These are the survivors and winners and the caretakers in that group. That is one. And I have to be there, where we have to do some action. Steel flyover, better. So I had to go there. And this is an awesome, again, evening for our Ashwasan Senior Citizen Group of Bangalore. Vaijayanti Mala was one of the guests. She came and did an awesome, inspiring talk. This is at Shilton. You heard of Shangri-La Hotel in Bangalore, right? So they host us a high tea. Every Women's Day, they call us and host us a high tea. And we all seniors perform on that day. So we invited Vaijayanti Malabali. And this is the CAPS project, which I was talking to you about in Kidbai Onco Hospital of Pediatric. This is what all the CAPS, Akka, Miraka, and my other lovely lady from Yelhanka. She's 94-year-old. She retired botany, head of the botany in Pune. And I sent the wool and she knits and sent me. So these are, great blessing. Yeah, this is one of the activities of trees. My dear youngster, like we grew up together, we played together from school days. This is again the older bowler, a member of a Silver Surfers. So we we put up plays. This is Burma with my other very great friend, her name is Rupa. Again, these are my very old friends, 40, 45-year-old friends. They come from all parts of the world and we have fun that morning meeting for lunch. Aha, look at this. Who is riding? Davidson, Harley Davidson. What fun we have, sometimes, it's really, life is so full. This is again, I remember him so very fondly. You can recognize him, right? He used to conduct this Family Power. Yeah, our Puneet Rajkumar, who's no more. And he called us. So, and this is again another thing which we do every October. October is the breast cancer month. So there, what I spoke to Dr. Lopamudra Roy, the BCH, the breast cancer hub of the world. She has a lot of us to come and speak on that forum. So this was one such occasion which we had. That is that slide. This is again another play which we did in our own Kormangla club. This was one of the first plays which Veer Gupta, youngster, he conducted for us. He produced the play for us and we really enjoyed doing it at the stage. For a lot of them, it was the first time. So that was also another fun activity of mine. Anything else is there, Farida? Okay, my travels is not there. Anyway, it's okay. I think that's okay. Now, I was reading the story by the time she started showing the slides, so I kept quiet. So when God called, they didn't want to go separately, right, from each other because they were very good friends. But he told them that it is for the betterment of the society. So they accepted God's proposal. They decided to live separately. At their separation party, God said that you three friends can decide the place where you can meet each other easily. Dhan, that is wealth, said to his good friends that they can meet him at the rich person's house. So Gyan, the knowledge, said that they can meet him in school, college, or in books. Vishwas, the trust, didn't answer anything. Gyan and Dhan asked Vishwas again as to where they can meet him. Vishwas replied, you won't be able to meet me again. Once I'm gone forever. So let us keep Vishwas with each other, friends. And thank you very much for having this session, which very well, and thank Farida also, who made time to join in and share a little bit. And Meera Akka, thank you, Meera Akka, I love you a lot. And I'm happy that you also logged in. And thank you, Sajni, thank you, Swati, and thank you for my colleague. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uma Pai. That was really wonderful. You shared a lot, and I'm sure everyone has benefited. Thank you, Farida. It was nice to know you. And now I want to know if there are any more questions. Would anyone like to make any comments or any questions? No?
I think
Sure,
most of the people
Okay,
who
Kashmira,
have
go
written
ahead.
beautiful things about you, Uma, I think they poured their heart out in the chat box, most of them, with such lovely compliments, and which you really deserve, really. It was wonderful. Yes. Question time?
Kashmira, you wanted to ask a question? Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to make a statement. It was really awe-inspiring. The amount of stuff that you do, I wonder if I can ever pack that in my little life. Kudos to you. I wish I could just be a wandering star in your life also. Thanks so much for the brilliant talk.
Thank you. Thank you. That's one of the blessings of living alone. No, Sajini? Just shut the door and go where you want to go. If you don't want to cook, you don't cook. You go to any darshini, you go here, they eat one idli sambar and on dosa, it is done. So that's one of the blessings of living alone, I think. After the children.
Uma, any other questions?
I have some comments. Okay.
Right, go ahead.
Hi, Uma. This is Nandita.
Hi, Nandita.
I am Uma's very, very dear fan. And now I'm a bigger fan after listening to her. Uma, a big God bless. I've seen Uma standing tall like the Himalayas for a long, long time, but listening to her story is honestly truly amazing. I felt I've gone through life, roller coaster ride with lots of down, but Uma, nothing. I'm feeling stronger after listening to you. Thank you and God bless.
Anyone else? Any comments, questions?
Nandita is a world famous swimmer. Okay. And she's very humble. She's not saying that. And now she's trying to get into weightlifting also. So she's practicing. Awesome, lovely friend. Thank you, Nandita. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? All right, if there are no more questions, then I request Ramesh. Are you there, Ramesh?
Shall I say a little prayer, Sajni?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukhavat bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The prayer is about that everybody be happy in the world. Let no one see anything which is unfortunate in their lives. Let everybody be happy. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I'd like to tell everyone that next Thursday we have Sadhvi, who will be talking on Anubhav and also taking us through some yoga She's very good, and I've gone through her sessions. So I would like all of you to join at 6:30 next Thursday. Also, some of you have been saying that you've been removed from the WhatsApp group. So if you'd like to be on our WhatsApp group, kindly give your name and number, and Swati will add you on. Okay? Those of you who are new also may give your name and number, because what's happened is she's deleted some of the numbers. So we'd like you to get back on to WhatsApp. End of the month, that's the 27th and 28th, we have a wonderful workshop by Dilip Patel, Winning Over the Crowd Within. He has spoken to us on the WhatsApp during our Thursday Satsangs. He's excellent, and this program is subsidized by the School of Ancient Wisdom. It's only 1,400, including of boarding, lodge, and the whole program. So kindly call the numbers, give your name, so that we have all of you with us again during the weekend. Thank you, everyone. And now I ask Malti to kindly propose a vote of thanks and end with the Loka Samasta. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Saj. Giving a vote of thanks at this time, I must say that, in fact, every participant has enjoyed your program so much. Uma, there's not much that I can add to this, because it was fascinating. And I can say that it was not only fascinating, it was inspiring. And I like the humility with which you came out, when you told us your story, your real life story in such a nice way and such a humorous way, with a smile on your face, and you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed listening to you. You've been really inspirational, and I'm sure, most of us feel that, when she can do so much, and when she has, given us a talk with so much of joy and so much of humility and so much of pleasure. You gave us pleasure just listening to you. And it's inspired all of us to think that, we should also be a little more stronger than we really are now. And with all the problems and the hurdles that you've crossed, it's incredible. That's all I can say. And God bless you. And I'm sure, all the people here, especially if you have a look at the chat box, you'll get to know that you've become a very, very popular person now. And I hope you have a lot of heavenly blessings to continue your good work in your fields and continue to inspire us as the way you have now. Every minute of your talk was fantastic. Yeah.
And
Great.
Farida.
And of course, Farida, you've also shown us that you have also faced so many impediments, and you have dealt with them in such a brave and such a confident way. And though you spoke very little, you also gave us an idea of what really courageous, brave, inspiring people can be and can do. So now I will end with the Loka Samasta, and I would like to especially send this occasion especially for a friend of ours, Rita.
Mute.
Then by then already made up their minds. Say that
I can hear you. Kindly mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
So I want to ask you all to join in Loka Samasta for my friend, very dear friend, Mrs. Rita Naitani, who's now undergoing her second round of chemotherapy at Manipal for the same problem, that is the breast cancer. And so we'll remember her. This seemed to be a good occasion to add her name in for Loka Samasta, and we send the usual blessings as well as the good wishes to everyone who's undergoing any problem of any sort, especially with their health. So can you please join me while I recite the
Send the Loka Samasta to all the Satsangis present here.
Yes,
and
of
our
course.
speakers.
Yes, of course, definitely. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.
Thank you, Malvi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Umar. And we look forward to seeing you at our Thursday Satsang next week. As I said, it's on yoga. We have it by Sadhvi, a well-known yoga teacher. Also, do give in your names for the weekend retreat by Dilip Patel. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.